All glory to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Elohim, the Most High, the mighty I Am of Jasharallah, and to our Mashiach, our Lord Yahweh Shai, and to the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Now, greetings to all Israel, including the Israelite foreigners. Family, this is led by the Spirit, and that's why we're wearing the black bandana, because while everybody's celebrating, the birth of, the winter solstice, their idol, Baal, the sun, masquerading as it is the Mashiach, they can all celebrate Jesus, the Son of the world, but we're in mourning because judgment's at the front door, and this is the quiet, this is the silence before the storm, and it's definitely coming. So we're gonna go with First Kings chapter 14 all the way to 20 and get edified, and hopefully you get the memo, because you know what? The Most High, He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and it seems to be that we're the same stupid people over and over who commit the same mistakes. And the spirit of Jeroboam, he was a wicked, idolizing king, from the northern tribe, is live and kicking, along with the Jezebel spirit of a harlot. Look at how our women act, man, straight out of order. But let's get edified, man. Glorified be the most. Let's do this. Chapter 14, judgment on the house of Jeroboam. Yeah, especially for you northern kingdoms, man. You stubborn, man. You love all that, Edomite religion shit, man. At the time of Abijah, the son of Jeroboam, became sick, and Jeroboam said to his wife, "Please arise and disguise yourself, that they may not recognize you as my wife of Jeroboam, and go to Shiloh. Indeed, Ahijah the prophet is there, and who told me that I will be king over this people. And take with you 10 loaves of some cake and a jar of honey, and to go to him, and he will tell you what will become of the child." And Jeroboam's wife did so, and arose and went to Shiloh, and came to the house of Ahijah. But Ahijah could not see, for his eyes were glazed by the reason of his age. He was an old prophet, and Jeroboam's wicked ass was trying to, have his wife like, like, front, man. She was like faking that she was somebody else, because he was, that's how wicked he was, man. All full of iniquity. And now the Most High has said to Ahijah, "Here is the wife of Jeroboam, come to ask you something about her son, for he is sick. Thus and thus you shall say to her, for it will be when she comes in that he will pretend to be another woman." And so it was, when Ahijah heard the sound of her footsteps, and she came through the door, he said, "Come in, wife of Jeroboam. Why do you pretend to be another person? For I have been sent to you with bad news. Go tell Jeroboam, this says Yahweh Elohim, the Most High of Jasharallah, because I exalted you from amongst the people, and made you ruler over my people, and tore the kingdom away from the house of David, and gave it to you, and you have not been a servant to me, or to David, and kept my commandments, who followed me with all his heart, and do not, and only what was right in my eyes. But you have done more evil than all who were before you, for you have gone and made for yourself other gods, and molded images to provoke me to anger, and have cast me behind your back. Therefore, behold, I will bring disaster on your house of Jeroboam, and I will cut off from Jeroboam every male in Jerusalem, and bond and free, and I will take away the remnants of the house of Jeroboam, as one takes away refuge until it is all gone. The dogs shall eat whoever belongs to Jeroboam, and dies in the city, and the birds of the air shall eat whoever dies in the field. For Yahweh Elohim has spoken. Arise, therefore, go to your own house, where your feet enter the city. The child shall die, and all Jasharallah shall mourn for him, and bury him, for he is only of Jeroboam, who come to the grave, because in him there is found something good towards the Most High of Jasharallah, the house of Jeroboam. Moreover, the Most High will rise up for himself a king over Jerusalem, and shall cut off the house of Jeroboam. This is the day, what, even now. Or I'm going to stop it right there for a minute. Pretty much, Jeroboam is the poster child for you two-third koon jakes, man. Y'all gonna be cut off, man, because y'all idolize, man. Y'all worship other nations' gods, man, just like this fucking punk-ass, wicked-ass northern king, man. He when Solomon, he fornicated with all these foreign women. Yeah, the Most High took, the 10 tribes and gave them to Jeroboam, and he did worse, man. He built temples for Baal, man, for the sun, man. Just like all you fucking coons are doing today, man, celebrating, the the rebirth of the sun, man. Tammuz, man, stupid ass motherfuckers, man. For the Most High will strike out Israel as reed is shaken in the water. He will uproot Israel from the good land which he gave to their forefathers, and will scatter them beyond the river, because they have made their wooden image, provoking the Most High. Yeah, man, you guys like that wooden cross, don't you? And he will give Yasharallah up because of the sins of Jeroboam, who sinned, and who he made Israel sin, man. Then Jeroboam's wife arose and departed, and came to Tirzah. When she came to the thresholds of the house, the child died, and they buried him, and all Yasharallah mourned for him, according to the words of the Most High, which he spoke through his servant Ahijah the prophet. Okay, now it says, see, and that's how it is, man. Y'all leading other people to the slaughter, man. With especially you pastors, man, you fucking idiots, man. Death of Jeroboam, it says. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he made war and how he reigned, indeed they are written in the books of Chronicles of the king of Israel. The period of Jeroboam reigned as was 22 years, so he rested with his fathers. Then Naib, his son, reigned in his place. So if you want to find out about all the wicked bullshit that Jeroboam, the idolizing scumbag king of the northern tribes, did, then you could read, like Chronicles. Rehoboam reigns in Judah, and Rehoboam the son of Solomon reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40 years old when he became king. He reigned 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Most High had chosen out of the tribes of Israel to put his name there. His mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonite. Now Judah did evil in the sight of the Most High. This is the southern kingdom, the king of the southern kingdom at that time, and provoked the Most High to jealous with their sins which they committed more than all their fathers had done. For they had also built for themselves high places, sacred pillars, and wooden images on every high hill, under every green tree. Now, every green tree, like the Christmas tree. Yeah, so this sun worshiping shit has had different names, man, but it's the same fucking bullshit. And therefore, and see, the northern tribe works, but even the southern tribe was suspect and fell victim to it, And there were also perverted persons in the land, and they did according to all the abominations of the nation, which the Most High had cast out before the children of Israel. You know what that means is like all this gayism and lesbianism and all this fornicating, all this bullshit, man. And it happened in the 5th year of King Rehoboam that Shishak, the king of Egypt, came up against Jerusalem, and he took away the treasures of the house of the Most High and the treasures of the king, and took away everything. He also took away all the gold shields which Solomon had made. Then the king Rehoboam made bronze shields in the place and commanded them to hand off the captains of the guards who guarded the doorway to the king's house. Whenever the king entered the house of the Most High, the guards carried them, brought them back into the guard room. Now the rest of the acts of Rehoboam and all that he did are not written also in the books of Chronicles of the kings of Judah. And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all their days. So Rehoboam rested with his fathers and buried with his fathers in the city of David. His mother's name was Naamah, an Ammonite. Then Ahijah, his son, reigned in his place. Okay, so yeah, they were both, in their era, they were both wicked, man. But I guess Jeroboam was just more wicked, man. Just like, for the longest, there was a evil eye between, Judah and Jeshurallah, man. But the 1/3, man, we love each other, man. We know we're brothers, You 2/3 Kunjaks are something else, man. Abijah reigned in Judah. In the 18th year of King Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, Abijah became king of Judah, all right? He reigned 3 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was Maacah, the granddaughter of Abishalom, and he walked in all the sins of his father, which he had done before him. His heart was not loyal to the Most High, his Elohim, as the heart was of his father David. Nevertheless, for David's sake, the Most High Yahweh gave him a lamp in Jerusalem, by setting him up his son after him, and by establishing Jerusalem, because David did what was right in his eyes of the Most High, and had not turned aside from anything that he commanded him all the days of his life, except in the matter of Uriah the Hittite. That was the only mistake for David, man, when he took Bathsheba. And there was war between Rehoboam and Jeroboam all the days of his life. Now the rest of the acts of Abijah and all that he did are written in the books of Chronicles of Judah, the kings of Judah. And there was war between Abijah and Jeroboam. So Abijah rested with his fathers and buried in the city of David. And Asaiah, his son, reigned in his place. Yeah, man. There was strife, man. In all that time, between the northern and southern kingdom, man. You know how it is, man. Black on black, brown on black, brown on black, brown on brown, man. We're stupid people, man. That's why two-thirds of us are gonna get smoked, man. Asa reigns in Judah. In the 20th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, Asa became king over Judah, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His grandmother's name was Maacah, the granddaughter of Shiloh. Asa did what was right in the eyes of the Most High, as did his father David, and he banished the perverted persons from the land and removed all the idols that his father had made. Also, he removed Maacah, his grandmother, from being queen mother because she had made an obscene image of Asherah, and Asa cut down her obscene image and buried it in the brook of Kidom. I guess actually, this son, he corrected the mistakes of his father, and he even kicked out his mother-in-law because she was an idol worshiper, and he kicked out all the sodomites. That's what she says, the unclean people. But in the high places were not removed. Nevertheless, Asa's heart was loyal to the Most High all his days, and he also brought into the house of the Most High things which his father had dedicated, and the things which he himself had dedicated, silver and gold utensils. Now there was a war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, all their days. And Baasha, king of Israel, came up against Judah, but Rahab, that he might let none go out into Asa as king of Judah. Once again, there was strife between both kingdoms. Then Asa took all the silver and gold that was left in the treasures of the house of the Most High in the king's house, and he delivered them into the hands of his servants. And the king Asa sent them to Ben-Hadad, the son of Tabrin, the son of Haran, king of Syria, who dwelt in Damascus, saying, Let there be a treaty between you and me, as here between me and your father. See, I have sent you a present of silver and gold. Come and break your treaty with Baasha, king of Israel, for he will withdraw from me. So Ben-Hadad, king of Asa, sent the captains of his armies against the city of Israel, and they attacked Dan, Abel, Meshman. Now it happened that Baasha heard it. Okay, basically, I'm gonna skip it for a minute because basically it was just a strife. Like I guess the southern kingdom made a treaty with Assyria, to cut their treaty with the northern kingdom, right? But we're gonna pick it up right here where it says we're gonna pick it up right here in chapter 16. You know what I'm saying? And where it says here that the word of the Most High came to Jehu the son of Hami against Baasha, saying, As much as I have lifted you out of the dust and made you ruler over my people Israel, you have walked in the ways of Jeroboam. See, the northern kingdom was always bugged out, man. That's why we we became a mixed cake, man. Till this day, man. Look at that, man. You tell a Hispanic person, man, they rather they how shy was dark skinned. They rather believe the myth that he was an Edomite. That's how stupid they are. They love their oppressor, man. You see how the Bisons kiss ass in the fucking job place, and have walked in the ways of Jeroboam, and have made my people Israel sin, to provoke me to anger me with their sins. Surely I will take away the prosperity of Baasha and the prosperity of his house, and like the house of Jeroboam the son of Nabal, the dogs shall eat whoever belongs to Bashan, and he will die in the field. Now he rested the rest of the acts of Bashan were they're in Chronicles, and it says that Elah reigned in Israel. So I guess his son reigned, and now the servant Simra, commander of half his chariots, conspired against him, and he was in Tyre, drinking himself drunk in the house of Arza, between of his house and Tirzah. Then it came to pass when he began to reign, as soon as he was seated on his throne, that he killed all the household of Baasha, and he did not leave him one male, neither of his relatives nor alive. Thus Simi destroyed all the household of Baasha. I guess his own general ambushed him, set him up, which he spoke against Baasha by Jehu the prophet, for all the sins of Baasha and the sins of Elah his son, by which they had sinned, had provoked the Most High to anger with all his idols. So, he took him out. Into the northern kingdoms they were just doing man. It says Simri reigned, the general who ambushed the northern kingdom king, he reigned, and it happened when Esau the city was taken, that he went into Cyril of the king's house, and because of the sins which he had committed, doing the same thing, he did all bunch of wicked shit. See, northern tribe has had a long history, man, of being wicked, man. Why do you think that most of them are Catholics and some worshiping Christians, man? Because they're fucking idiots, man. Omari reigns in Israel. Then the people of Israel were divided into two parts. Half of the people followed Timi, the other half followed the king of Omri. So there was division between. They were fighting between the reign of the northern kingdom. Now it says here that Ori did evil, and then he died, and then he passed it on to his son Ahab. Now this is an interesting character. In the 30 years of Asa, king of Judah, Ahab the son of Omri became king over Israel, right, over the northern tribe, and the son of Omri, and he reigned over Israel. Now Ahab the son of Omri did evil in the sight of the Most High more than all who ever were before him. Yeah, because and it came to pass as though it had been tri- trivial thing for him to walk in the sins of Jeroboam the son, and his sons. He took as a wife Jezebel, the daughter of Esbal, king of the Sidonians, and he went up and served Baal and worshiping. Yeah, man, that's that infamous Jezebel, man. This fucking idiot Ahab, man. He was worse, man. He's descendant of all the northern king idiots, man. And he took Jezebel as his wife, and she was a straight sun worshiping bitch. You know what I mean? And then he set up an altar for Baal. See, he even built, temples for that fool in the temple of Baal, which he had built in Samaria. And Ahab made wooden images. Ahab did more to provoke the Most High as Yasharallah than all the kings of Yasharallah before him. Yeah, he was worse, man, because he was, he was there just like how, the Edomites are here today, man. They submit to the woman, man. He queened them, man. In his days, Hill of Bethel built Jericho. He laid his foundations with Abiram, his firstborn, and his youngest son, Segub, who set up his gates, according to the words of the Jehovah Elohim, which he had spoken through Joshua the son of Nun. Now Elijah proclaims a drought. And Elijah, the prophet, what I'm saying? He was before, he was the prophet at that time, what I'm saying? That there should be no rain in those years except of my word. So he predicted there wasn't going to be no rain. Then the word of the Most High came to him, saying, get away from there and turn eastward and hide from Brook Sharon, which flows in Jordan. So he went there, and, he hid there because I guess because the northern king wasn't too happy about him predicting that. But then again, they were wicked, man. Elijah and the widow. Then the word of the Most High came to him, saying, arise to go to Seraphat, which belongs to Sidon, dwell there, so I have commanded a widow there to provide for you. So he arose and went to Seraphat, and in the gates of the city, indeed, a widow was there, and he called to her, please bring me a little water and a cup, and I may drink, right? And she was going to get it to him, and he called her and said, please bring me a morsel of bread. So she said, as the Most High lives, I do not have bread, only a handful of flour, do not fit. So he's, she was just a poor woman, but she took care of the, I'm kind of gonna skip there, so she went away, she pretty much took care of him, what I'm saying? So then, Elijah revives the widow's son. So pretty much, it's a metaphor for us, man, because we're revived, but the 1/3, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And so she said, what have to do, says, who owns the house may become sick, who was serious, then there was no bread left for him. So Elijah, what I have to do with you, O man of the Most High? And he said to her, give me your son. So he took him out of her arms and carried him to the upper room where he stayed and laid on his own bed. And he cried out to the Most High, and the Most High brought tragedy. You also brought tragedy to the widow with whom I lodged by killing her son. And he stretched his hands himself out, child 3 times, and cried out to the Most High, and the Most High revived him. Kind of like how we're getting revived, man. It's kind of like a metaphor, So we are that, Joshua is the widow because we we're the bride, of the Lamb. Elijah's message to Ahab. Now it came to pass after many days that the word of the Most High came to Elijah on the 3rd year. Go present yourself to Ahab. Yeah, Ahab was that wicked ass king with his fucking Jezebel slut wife, And I will send rain on the earth. So Elijah went to present himself to Ahab. There was a severe famine at that time, right? And Abam had called Obadiah, another prophet, For so it was while Jezebel massacred the prophets of the Most High. Yeah, man, Jezebel was getting the prophets killed, man. Fucking bitch, man, He was a fucking sucker, man. He had that pussy on a pedestal like an idiot, man. And that Obadiah had taken 100 prophets and hidden them, 50 to a cave. So Obadiah was hiding some of the prophets because she was getting them slaughtered, And Ahab had said to Obadiah, go into the land, to all the springs of the water, and to all the brooks. Perhaps you may find grass, Keep the horses and mules alive, because it was a drought, Now Obadiah was on his way. Suddenly Elijah met him, and he recognized him, and he fell on his face and said, "Is that you, my Lord Elijah?" And he answered him, "It is I. Go, tell your master Elijah is here." So he said, I guess Elijah was a higher order of priest, Obadiah. You know? And he answered him, "It is I, to go tell his master." So he said, how have I sinned that you had delivered your servant into the hands of Ahab so he could kill me? Because see, this fucker was killing all the prophets of the Most High because he had turned to a sellout, man. He was sun worshiping, you know what I'm saying? Because of his bitch, you know what I mean? As the Most High lives, there is no nation for the kingdom where my master has not sent one to hunt for you. And when he said he is not here, he took an oath from the kingdom of the nation that they could not find me. So yeah, so basically, yeah, he was taking them all out because they were no longer Israelites, man. They were pagan, man. Like 2/3 of us aren't right now. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from you, that the Spirit of the Most High will carry you to a place I do not know. So when I go and tell Ahab he cannot find you, he will kill me. But I your servant, have feared the Lord from my youth. So was it not reported that my Lord, what I did when Jezebel killed the prophets of the Most High, how I hid 100 of them? Yeah, see, because Obadiah had hidden prophets from Jezebel, so he was a wanted man. And so Elijah said, "Now you say, go, tell your master Elijah is here, he will kill me." Then Elijah said, "As the Lord have hosts lives, before whom I stand, I will surely present myself to him today." So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet with Elijah. So the wicked ass king went to meet the high prophet. Then it happened which Ahab saw Elijah, and Ahab said to him, "Is that you, O troubler of Israel?" See, he was a scoffer, punk ass nigga, man. And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but you and your father's house have, in that you have forsaken the commandments of the Most High Yahweh and have followed the Baals. Yeah, see? So the prophet was calling him out on his sun worshiping, man, just like we're calling out, "Are you fucking coon ass Jakes," you know what I mean? For sun worshiping today. Now, now therefore send and gather all Israel to me in Mount Carmel, and 450 prophets of Baal and 400 prophets of Asaroth. Yeah, the sun and the moon, who eat at Jezebel's table. Yeah, because that fucking witch, fucking zodiac divination practicing slut, Edomite whore, she worship all the stars, like you fucking coons do, man. Elijah's Mount Carmel victory. So Ahab sent for the children of Israel and gathered the prophets together at Mount Carmel. And Elijah came to all the people and said, "How long will you falter between two opinions? If Yahweh Elohim, follow him, but Baal, follow him." But the people answered him not a word. Yeah, so see, he was gonna, put to the test, man. Sorry, as sun worshiping versus the Most High. Then Elijah said to the people, "I alone am left as the prophet of the Most High, but Baal's prophets are 450. Yeah, man, because just like now, man, there's only 1/3 of Israel, 1/3 Jasharala, and there's 2/3 Kunjaks, Edomite devils, and heathens. Therefore, let them give us two bulls, and let them choose one bull for themselves, cut pieces, and lay him on the wood before the fire." You know what I'm saying? And it will prepare the other bull and lay it before the wood. When you call on the name of your Elohim, I will call on the name of my Lord. And the Most High who answers by fire, he is the true Elohim. So all the people answered and said, "Oh, well, we'll see." Okay, so they were going to try out to see, who was the real, Elohim, who was the real, the Most High, Now Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, sun worshiping idiots, just like Christians, man. They have no prophecy, they don't have no vision, they don't have nothing, man. They just take tithes, read you paper, and they just front, man. Worldly ass suckers, man. Choose one bull for yourself and prepare it first, and you are many, and call the name of your Elohim, but put no fire under it. So they took the bull, you know what I'm saying, and they called on the name of Baal from morning, evening till noon. "Baal, hear us," but there was no voice, no one answered. They leaped about the altar which had made. And so it was at noon that Elijah mocked them. See, even the prophet was laughing at them because these idiots were just like praising him, doing all this stupid shit like you guys do when you're sun worshiping, 2 hours that you come in the same idiot and come out the same idiot. And then he said, "Cry out louder." So he was mocking them like, "Yo, louder. Either he's meditating or busy, or he's in a journey, sleeping. He must be awake." So he was clowning them. He knew that there was an image. It was an idol. Couldn't do shit for them. So they cried out even louder and louder with knives and laces until the blood gushed out of their hands. And when the midday passed, they prophesied until the time of the offering of the evening. But there was no voice, no one answered, no one paid attention. Then Elijah said to the people, "Come near me." So all the people came near to him, and he repaired the altar of the Most High, and he broke it down. You know what I'm saying? And entered he entered 12 stones according to the number of the tribes of Israel, and he called on the name of the Most High Yahweh Elohim. Then when the stones, and then he put the wood, he prepared everything. So then, and it came to pass at the time of the offering, the Elijah the prophet came near and he said, Yahweh Elohim of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are the only Elohim of Jasharallah, and I am your servant, and that I have done all these things according to your word. Hear me, O Yahweh Elohim, these people may know that you are the Most High Yahweh, that you have turned their hearts back to you. Then the fire of the Most High fell, consumed them, and sacrificed the wood, stones, and dust, and licked up the water. So therefore, now then all the people saw it. So yeah, so the Most High proved it that He was the Most High. You know what I mean? And the people saw it, and the Most High, He said, is Elohim. He's the only one. And Elijah said to them, "Seize the prophets of Baal. Do not let either one of them escape." So they executed them. Right? And then it said that the drought ended. Elijah said to have go and drink. And there was water again in the land. And it says that Elijah escapes from Jezebel, and that Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done. Also, he had executed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah, saying, let the gods do to me and more also, if I do not take your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. So then she was hell bent on trying to take him out because he took out her whack ass fake prophets. And when he saw that he arose and ran for his life and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant, but he himself went a day's journey, and he said that he might have died. But as he lay and slept under a broom under a tree, an angel touched him and said to him, "Arise and eat." And he looked there, and the head was caked, coals, and jars of water. And the angel of the Most High came back a second time and said to him, "Because of your journey is too great for you." So he arose and ate more, and he took care of him. And that angel was Yahweh Shai. He's always made appearances throughout. And so he said, "I have been very zealous for the Most High, for the children of Jasharallah have forsaken, for your covenant torn down, your altars are killed, and your prophets are being killed by the sword. I am the only one left." So okay, so then you know what? Just pretty much like us, there's only 1/3 of us left. It says here that Yahweh reveals Yahweh's revelation to Elijah. Then he said, "Go out and stand on the mountains before the Most High, and behold, Yahweh Elohim passed by. A great and strong wind tore into the mountains, a chariot, and broke the rocks in pieces before the Most High. But the Most High was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, there was a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. But after the fire, it still was." Fire a still small voice. So it was when Elijah heard it that he wrapped his face in the mantle and wept out and stood in the entrance of the cave. Suddenly a voice came to him. They were going to Elijah, and he said, "I have been very zealous for Yahweh Elohim because the children of Jasharallah have forsaken the covenant. They seek to kill me and take my life." Then the Most High said to him, "Go, return on your ways to the wilderness of Damascus. When you arrive, anoint Hazael as king of Assyria. Also, you shall anoint Jehu the son of Nahim as king of Israel." So he took out Ahab, and Elijah the son of Shaphat, should also be anointed as a prophet in your place. And it should be that whoever escapes the sword of Hazael, Jehu will be killed, and whoever escapes the sword of Jeshu, Elijah will be killed. Yet I have reserved 7,000 of Israel, all whose knees have not bowed to Baal, every mouth that has not kissed him. So see, it means that whoever didn't sell out, didn't become a sun worshiper. So it says that he departed, and he picked up Elijah, and he recruited him, and pretty much he anointed he anointed what's his name he anointed excuse me, sorry, I just lost the page here. He anointed Yehu as the new king, man. So Ahab got taken out, man, just like you two third coons are gonna be taken out, man, because judgment is right in the front door, man. It's just we feel it, man. Whoever It's in the spirit, man. It's in the walk, man. Feels that sense of urgency, man. You know, and this was led by the spirit for me to just go to 1 Kings and say this, man. So take heed to all these words, man, and start forsaking all this shit. Unless you want to suffer the fate of the wicked of Esau and the wicked of the heathens, it's you have free will, man, to choose, man. So I hope this was edifying, man, and shalom.